Hello there, my gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful queen bees. It is your girl Amanda, the Buzzed Artist. Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, it's been a little bit, hasn't it? But that's alright. I'm here and we're just gonna be relaxing a little bit. Life has been pretty crazy over the past couple of months, and making art has been something that I've been trying to do much more of, but of course, life kind of gets in the way. But that's alright, we're here now, and I have a lot more stuff in the works where I will be concentrating more on making artwork and focusing on more print on demand stuff. Hence why I'm making these cacti. This is something I want to eventually put in my shop and to showcase and sell on prints, as well as like t-shirts, mugs, and all that. If you guys are interested in more of that kind of process about selling your artwork that you've already made onto like a print on demand site or something like that, let me know. I am currently exploring that avenue at this point. I have already kind of dabbled in those kind of things before, but not as much as I am now, so that's something I really want to look more into doing. So let me know if you want to see more videos about that. Right now, what I have here are several drawings of cacti. I literally just did a Google search on various shapes of cacti, and it's pretty simple. It's mainly a lot of just ovals and circle shapes over and over again. And once I kind of had an idea of what the shapes would look like, I just grabbed some sap green, as well as some red, some yellow, and a little bit of white. Now, I'm actually doing what looks like a watercolor on the cacti here, but it's really all acrylic paint. And I kind of talk about this process in one of my Skillshare classes, how to create watercolor effects using acrylic paint. But all you really got to do here is you take the color you want to work with and really water it down. You kind of want to make it into like a wash. And I'm just using a detail brush here. I actually think this brush is a liner brush, so the bristle in the body is a little bit longer than, say, a regular detail round brush. But honestly, I would just go with any brush that you feel you can have really good control with, and just go with a brush that has a nice rounded tip. It'll get you going in a very nice way. And plus, the drawings, the paintings that I was working with, they're not very big, so doing it with this brush wasn't going to take me forever. So just keep that in mind when you are making paintings on your time as well, and what's going to get you a faster result. So as you can see, I'm starting with all the green. I'm taking the green, I'm watering it down with my brush, and then just laying it very gently on the paper where I want it to be, and just going at it over and over again with water to lighten some areas while the paint is still wet, as well as to darken some areas where I want it to be more shadowy. Now what's really cool is once I kind of have all those colors in, I go in with a little bit of yellow that's been watered down, and I add what I like to call the more highlighty portions on the cactus. And you can already see like it's already got this really cool blended wash thing going on with it, which I am totally loving. And I don't know about you guys, but I love watercolor, but I just don't like the idea that I can't work on top of a layer without activating the layer underneath. With acrylic paint, once you lay down the first layer and it dries, it can no longer be worked. So you can keep on adding layer on layer on layer and create really beautiful looking colors and gradients, which is something that this entire painting is comprised of. It's just colors and gradients, a large part because of the wash effect that I was doing. What I like about this brush is I can go and do a nice little wash, but I can also not water down the paint as much and create tiny little detail lines to show the rind-like portions of some of the cacti. Not all of them have it, but if I wanted to make shadows, for example, I would just take a little bit of water, dip my brush into the green, which is the most darkest portion of the cacti, and then just create the lines along the cacti. And I'm really just taking my time. Of course it looks like I'm going really fast, and that is just simply because I have this on time lapse. So I really am taking my time and being very methodical and slow as I'm going ahead and doing this. So I want you to look at all this as inspiration because, wow, it's extremely exciting to see what you can do with acrylic paint that you never thought you possibly could. Like, I know a lot of people think, oh, you know, acrylic paint only can do this certain look, but you can make it look like a watercolor. You can give it this really cool blended aesthetic. And this is partly why I wanted to make this video, is to show you what that can look like, what are the possibilities here for you. Now, I really love the idea of making a little flower on one of the cacti, and making a flower that is like red, so it kind of has a slight contrast to the green, but also I want to give the flower just some little pop of color, in addition to some like oranges. And then the center, I made it that nice brown color, which honestly, you don't even need the color brown. All you need is to combine red and green together and you'll get like a really nice looking brown color. And that brown color permeates to the terracotta vases here too, which I thought was awesome. I use the same kind of method where I dip my brush into the water, make sure it's nice watered down, and then spread that color over. And you can see here, because the paint is already dried, I can go back in now and add my highlights, you know, add the yellows, add a bit more reds and whatnot. And guys, oh, my favorite part, y'all know I love my details and adding my little pricklies, so I just, with the same brush, I dip it in some white. I don't really put a lot of water on it because I do want it to be fairly opaque. And then I just go in and create my little pricklies just by dotting everything. Really no other rhyme or reason than just to fill in those areas, but like, it really looks adorable, like little bespeckled cacti. I'm kind of all about that. This is something that I want to do more of, is my print on demand designs, and take more of my acrylic paintings and turn them into print on demand ready material. So one of the things that I found in my research was that cacti that look like watercolors, it's kind of like a highly sought after theme that a lot of people are looking for. So this was just my first attempt at kind of starting that, looking into it, and then what I'll eventually do is take all this and digitize it and make it available on my print-on-demand site, which right now I have a few. One of them being Fine Art America. I have actually never really used Fine Art America until just recently. I really do like that platform a lot, but not only Fine Art America, but also Redbubble and Society6. So I'm kind of putting things out there just to kind of see what's gonna bite. So if you guys want to know more about the print-on-demand side of things, what that looks like with your artwork, and how you can potentially create another form of passive income, let me know. Maybe I'll look into it and make a video series out of it and maybe we can all learn something along the way. But that's pretty much it. A rather short tutorial, but a really nice way to just chillax and see a painting process. And I hope this inspired you to play with your acrylic paints a little bit more and to just have fun with the process. I will see you all next time. Bye!